Hello again, warriors. I know it's been a while. I've had a lot of irons in the fire, but I finally purchased my own home. No, I'm not talking about this. um, but yes, this is going to be the first part of my yoga studio. I have a full time studio under construction. It's going to take a while. So for now, I'm teaching my classes out on my little patio. I think it's a little homely look, kind of hippie. It's kind of cool. So today we're just going to be doing a deep stretch tension relieving class, pain relieving, neck pain, back pain, hip pain, foot pain. So if you want to just follow along with me, we'll go ahead and come to a comfortable seated position. Bring the spine up tall, but in a relaxed, comfortable position. I'm going to start the Ujjayi breath, breathing in through the nose, filling up the lungs, expanding the belly, and then exhale, pulling the belly in to the spine, making the breath audible through the nose, massaging that vagus nerve that is the brain body connection. It helps us so much with stress and digestion. And just begin to set an intention for your class. And my intention is to relieve some stress, tension, stretch out the body. A lot of us hold tension in our forehead, so this is going to be a little fun exercise to do. So, a lot of times you feel it right here in your forehead. So, what we're going to do is begin to strain your face, make a scowl, really tense up that forehead. You can even purse your lips and then relax, smile. Tense up your forehead, really make it tight, and then relax it. When you tense and relax, it really shows you how much you're actually tensing those facial muscles up um, without even knowing you're doing it. So tense them up again and release. Take a couple more deep breaths. And we'll begin to warm up the spine here. So go ahead and inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist to the right. Bring your right hand behind you and your left arm to your knee. Even turn your head to look past your right shoulder. Breathing out. We'll hold each pose for around 5 breaths. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Reach the right arm over to the right. Extend your left arm up overhead and just begin to side bend, keeping your left hip and feel the stretch move all along that left oblique. Inhale, come back up to center. Reach that left hand to the left, right hand up, and side bend to the left. Inhale, back up to center. Now just make your way onto your hands and knees into tabletop position. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips, and we'll take a few cat cows. I'm not going to do the cow as deep as I usually would because I just had abdominal surgery and I can't stretch it out as much, but you really want to tilt that tailbone way up, bring the head up, open up the shoulders, claw the fingers down into the mat. Inhale. And then exhale, tuck the tailbones, open up the shoulder blades, tuck the chin to the chest. And do that about 3 times. Inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. Inhale to neutral. Now we're just going to warm up the wrists a little bit. And these exercises are so good if you suffer from carpal tunnel or tennis elbow or tendonitis in your wrists and anyway from your elbows down. And then go circle in the other direction. Come back to stillness. Rotate your fingers around to face you. Some people don't have much mobility here, so you can scoot your knees closer to lean forward more and just ease it back. I'm pretty flexible in my wrists, so I'm going to move my knees back and bend. Just move around here. Bend the elbows. Just feel the stretch move to different parts of the forearms and wrists. Make it feel good. You can rock side to side. Now you're going to flip your hands over. Tops of the hands come to the floor. And this isn't a very comfortable position here, so you want to lean your hips back slightly. Take a little pressure off the wrists and rock side to side here again. All right, go ahead and flip those hands back over. And we're going to do 2 stretches at once here. So fold the toes under. Really want to try to spread the toes out. Make each toe touch the floor. Try to bring the big toes together. And bend those toes back as far as comfortably possible. And then lean back. It can get a little bit intense here. So you can stay or come up onto your sits bones on your heels here. Really stretching out that plantar fasciae and the arch of the foot. If you have plantar fasciae pain, this is a very good stretch for runners. So now we're going to stretch out the back in between the shoulder blades. So bring your right arm around the chest, left arm hooks into the elbow, and just pull that elbow in. You want to really pull your shoulders down away from your head and face and feel that stretch along the back. Along the back, along the outer deltoid. may start to get a little intense in your feet. So you can just come up and tap the feet out a little bit. Bring the left arm across the chest, hook it in the right elbow, pull it down away from your face, fold the toes back under, and sit back. Go ahead and release that. And we're going to do a few strengthening exercises in this class because a lot of our pain comes from weak muscles in the neck and the back, especially if you work in an office and sit in a chair a lot. So I'm going to move a little slow. Like I said, I had surgery a few weeks ago. So come down onto the stomach. Bring the hands out at a T, and we're going to lift the head. So you will feel the muscles in the back of the neck working. Our muscles back there get so weak because we're constantly looking down at our phones, at our keyboards, at whatever we're writing. So we're going to lift the head and then lift the elbows. You're going to retract those shoulder blades, squeeze them together. So here we go. We'll do this 10 times. 1, lower. Exhale on the way up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest. Another tip here is you really want to push that pelvic triangle down into the mat. Don't squeeze the glutes because you want to be working that low back as well. And we'll go again for 10, 9, 8. You really want to pull that head back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So now we're going to move into a chest stretch. So bring your arms out to a T. You can actually have them at a T, a goalpost, or at a T, is what I meant. So you just move your arms around, elbow up and back, see what feels good. You're going to feel a stretch in the chest and the pectoral muscles. So bring your right ear to the mat, push your left hand down, and I have a microphone on my side, so I have to take this a little easy. Place your right hand down onto the floor and roll onto the side here. You can kick your left leg over. Now I feel that stretch all on the inside of my shoulder, my pectoralis muscle. And roll back to center. Bring the other hand out to goalpost. Left ear to the mat. Right hand underneath the shoulder and roll onto that left hip. We spend so much of our days slumping over, arms forward, driving, texting, typing, anything that needs to be done. We really need to open up that chest. Open up that chest and strengthen those back muscles. Now roll back to center. And while we're here, we'll take a little quad stretch. So if you want to first, try to strengthen those hamstrings by just bringing the feet in. Some people this is a little difficult for. Just do this a few times. 4 and 5. Now from here, you're really going to flex your feet, squeeze your glutes, push your hips down into the mat, and reach back and grab your feet. If you can't grab your feet, you can wrap a strap around your feet and pull it in. Drop the head. Actually, I like my feet more pointed. You push the feet down into the glutes to get an even deeper stretch. You can even switch the grip of the feet to open up the chest a little more. You can come up to a sort of bow position, working that back again. Then release. So we worked the front of the neck. Now we're going to work the back of the neck. Now we're going to work the front of the neck. So roll over onto your back. And this is going to be a funny little exercise, but believe me, you will feel it very quickly. This, if you have the getting older like me and you're beginning to have that bit of a saggy chin, I call it the gobbler chin. This is a fantastic exercise. So lay down flat, get comfortable. You may, if you have low back issues, you may pull your feet in and bring your knees together. I'm going to straighten my legs out. So what you're going to do is bring your head up, really tuck that chin into the chest. And we'll go for 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. I'm really feeling that in my neck muscles. I hope you are too. Just stay with me. Rest for a second. And we'll take another round for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. That is a pretty rough one there. So while we're laying here, I need to get my strap. So give me just a second. So you can use a towel, you can use a belt, you can use a house coat robe, anything you've got laying around. And we're going to do a quadricep stretch, not quad, hamstring stretch. So you really want to flex that left quad, bring the right leg in, wrap the strap around the arch of the foot, and you don't have to straighten the leg, but you want to work it towards straight. Pull the toes back, flex the toes. Try to flex the quad, and just pull that right leg in. Remember to breathe deeply. Go ahead and take the strap in the right hand, extend the left arm to the left, and open that right leg to the right, stretching the inner thigh, the right leg. Bring the leg back to center and switch the grip with the strap. You may want to bend your knee here. This is a little uncomfortable for some people. Our IT bands are usually pretty tight, which can cause a lot of knee pain. So just extend your right arm to the right and let that leg just slightly fall over. You may feel a little bit of tingling nerve um, sensation in your leg. And don't go to the point of pain, just go to a little uncomfort. Now release the strap. Bring your left leg in, flat foot flat to the floor. Bring your right foot over the left leg, and you can thread your arm, your right hand, through your right knee, grab onto the front of the left shin, and just pull that left leg back, stretching the outer right hip. And release the front of the left leg. Extend your arms out to the side and just let your legs fall over to the left and look to the right, beginning to open up that low back. Bring your legs back to center. Extend the right leg out straight. Bring the left knee in. Wrap the strap around the left foot. Extend the leg long and pull the left foot towards the head. Make sure when you're doing this, you're keeping the right hip planted. If your right leg starts to come off the ground, you know you're going a little bit too far. Open that right leg out, left leg out to the left. Extend the right arm to the right. You may even feel this in your hip flexors if you're a little tight. Come back to center. Bend that knee slightly. Switch the grip of the strap and just let that left leg fall to the right just a little. Release the foot and the strap. Lay the strap to the side. You may need it again. Pull the right foot in, plant it on the floor. Left foot over the right knee. Thread the arms through the left leg and pull the right leg in. You really want to flex that left foot back and just feel it open in the hip, in the left hip. Release the grip on the right knee. Extend the arms out to the side, and I can only go so far because of my mic, but you really want to let your legs fall over to the right. Look to the left. Come back to center. Since we're on our backs here, we'll go ahead and take a little bit of a low back strengthener and a chest opener. So bring your heels in about hips distance. Make sure you can touch your heels with your fingertips and begin to lift your hips up. Now, you don't want to squeeze the glutes here because you're really wanting to work on this low back strength. So from here, if you'd like, you can shimmy onto the outsides of the shoulders. Bring those elbows as close as you can get them and then interlace the fingers. Try to keep the back of your neck flat on the mat. And we'll just hold this for about 30 seconds, really opening up the chest. Release the hands and slowly bring the hips back to the floor. So now we're going to sit up back into that Sukhasana pose or whatever pose is comfortable. You may even want to be sitting on a block or a pillow if your hips are tight. And we're going to take some neck stretches, which are so good if you suffer from tension headaches. I actually learned a lot of these stretches while going to physical therapy because I had so many issues. So you're going to extend the left arm to the left, bring the right hand to the left side of the head, bring that right ear down to the right shoulder. Should feel a stretch along the left side of that neck, even maybe down into the shoulder, sometimes even into the arm. You can even reach that arm up and feel it move into the biceps sometimes if you're really tight. Move the hand around here. You may feel some tingling in your fingers if you've not done these stretches in quite some time. Just move your hands around here. They call it massaging the nerve. I really feel it right here when I do this. Go ahead and drop that left hand down. Now from here, you're just going to tilt your chin down to your right shoulder, and you'll feel the stretch move. Now you're going to tilt the chin up towards the ceiling at an angle and feel that stretch move again. I promise you, if you suffer from tension headaches, if you do these stretches once a day or even every other day, your tension headaches will greatly improve. And release that left side of the head. You may want to rock the head side to side a little bit, just opening it back up. Reach the right arm to the right, left hand to the right side of the head. Pull the left ear down to the left shoulder. And you can go ahead and extend that right arm to the right. Move it around, massaging that nerve. Just do what feels good. Bring the right hand back down. Now tilt that chin down towards the left shoulder. And then up towards the sky. Go ahead and release that side of the head. Now we've done a lot of upper body stretching and releasing, so we'll turn sideways on our mat and go ahead and start working on releasing some of the hips. So extend your left leg out and bring your right foot into the inner thigh. You want to try to open up your legs as not as much as possible, but almost to a 90-degree angle here. And this is really gonna, if you suffer from sciatica, this is really gonna decompress those discs that are that nerve. It's a trapped nerve, is what sciatica pain is. So when you stretch, you decompress those discs and relieve pressure on the nerve. So from here, I'm going to turn my body to the left, facing my left leg, pull my toes back, flex the quad. And if you're not flexible here, you can keep your left leg bent. This is really not about stretching the hamstring here. This is more about stretching the right side of the low back. So really turn toward your left leg and reach that right arm out. You want to keep your chest up straight. Try to bring the low belly down first. Reach that arm out. Try to keep your head in line with your spine. I'm going to straighten my leg out here and then reach a little further. Really work towards turning to the left. This is one of the best stretches I've found for my sciatica. You can rock side to side. Just feel where you can feel that stretch intensify. I'm going to hold this one just a little longer because this side is much tighter than my left. Go ahead and release. Sit up. Now you're going to turn your torso to your bent knee. Take your left hand and bring it down or as close to the ground as you can, or even reach for the inside of the left foot. Turn away from that knee. Bring the right hand over top and feel that stretch move. Holding this side for just a little longer. Come back up to center. Extend the right leg out. Bring the left foot in. Bend your knee if you need to. Turn toward your right leg and come down with a flat back, trying to bring that low belly down first, really working that left arm to the outside of the right leg. Reaching, reaching, feeling that pull on that muscle that connects the hips and the spine. And remember to try to relax. Try to relax into the stretch. And release that side or hold it longer if that's your tight side. Come up tall. Turn your torso towards the bent knee. This ant's not going to leave me alone. And go ahead and reach out towards the right foot. Left arm overhead. And go ahead and keep holding that while I replace my microphone. Inhale, come back up. Reach both legs out straight. You may need to bend the knees here, just like we did in the other pose. Clear the sits bones of all that junk you got. Sit up tall and go ahead and start coming down with a flat back, trying to bring the low belly down first. Grabbing onto the shins. Like I said, you can have your knees bent here, but you really want to feel it moving from your low back through your glutes, from your hamstrings through your glutes to your low back. You can reach out and grab the feet, pulling those toes back. And exhale. Inhale, come back up. Go ahead and we'll come to a down dog pose first. I said we were going to do some foot relieving pain, so you can just bring your legs to Indian style and just bring your hands in front and roll over here. So from your tabletop, you're going to come into your down dog. So all you're going to do is fold your toes under, lift your knees, and push your hips back. Now you may be here. You might want to move your feet back just about 4 to 6 inches. And you're going to work towards bending and straightening one leg at a time. Now, I've been doing yoga for quite some time, so I'm pretty flexible in my Achilles and my calves. Really clog your fingers down into the mat here. Now work towards straightening those legs, lifting the quads, pulling the heels down towards the floor, really getting a stretch in those calf muscles. And you can bend the knees, feel the stretch move down to the Achilles. Now from here, I look to your hands and slowly start to step your feet to the front of the mat. Now, I love this pose when I have had a long night having to sit in my chair at work. So you want your feet to be about hips width apart. Bend your knees a lot. Now you're going to straighten out your back first and go ahead and start lowering your torso down, letting your belly hang on to the front of your thighs. You really want to feel the pull come from your hips here and hang your head upside down. You can bring your hands overhead, grabbing opposite elbow. Just really try to get the gravity to pull you from those hips. This one feels so good to me. I do this several times a night. When you can swing side to side. I'm holding this one a little longer because it just feels so good. All right, so go ahead and look in front of your feet. Plant your hands down. Just work your way down onto your back. We'll take one more low back stretch. So extend that left leg out long. Bring the right knee into the chest. Just compress that hip for a second. Extend the right arm to the right. Bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee. You're going to roll onto that left hip while looking to the right. First, you want to make sure that the shoulder's planted. So you want your shoulder to touch the floor before your right knee touches the floor. If you want to make this more comfortable, you can even bring a pillow under your right knee and just breathe. Roll back to center. We'll take the same thing on the other side. My mic is in the way still. So straighten out that right knee, right leg. Bring the left knee into the chest. Compress that hip. Bring the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Extend the left arm to the left and roll onto that right side. Look to the left. Release that left leg. Bring both knees into the chest. We're just going to take a little massage for the low back. So just take a light grip on the outside of the knees and roll the knees in a clockwise direction. You'll feel the low back pushing into the mat. Just giving it a little massage. And then move in the other direction. Squeeze the knees in one more time. And extend the legs out long. Or you can bring the feet in and let the knees fall together if you still have that low back pain. We'll come into our Shavasana. Let the hands open out to the side. Let the feet fall open. And you can even scrunch up the face and relax it again just to come deeper into the feel of letting go. I encourage you to stay in your Shavasana and take some mindful meditation moments for as long as your day will allow. Your body will thank you. In the meantime, may my strength strengthen you. Stay strong, warriors. Namaste.